It's time to make manifesting through the law of attraction fun again. And I'm going to show you today how to turn a negative experience very easily into a positive affirmation instead that will get you on your way to manifesting the life of your dreams. Hey, it's Andrew, otherwise known as that guy who wrote the last law of attraction book you'll ever need to read. And if you want to check out the book, you can very easily do so by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com, which will auto forward to the listing on Amazon. But before you do that, let's get into today's technique, today's method, today's content, where I've got a really special one for you. In fact, if memory serves me right, this is technically only the third time I'm ever teaching this, and only the second time in a public format. And what's better than that is this harkens back to when I was first learning about the law of attraction, when I was first experimenting, when I was first finding my way. And that's a very valuable thing because, when you think about it, whether it's the methods through my book or someone else's book, someone else's YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, when you are in that first initial stage where you are really getting a hold of this, you are making anchors, you are making connections in your subconscious mind that are just so powerful, so important, so vital that you really do want to make sure that one, you're choosing the right methods, but two, you want to honor whatever those methods are. So what I'm teaching you today is really part of that process for me, part of where I was figuring this out and really getting my bearings when it comes to the law of attraction. Now, before I teach the method itself, let me give you a little background story to this so that you can understand this perfectly and be able to apply it for your own specific needs. This again harkens back to a long time ago. And actually, when I was figuring out the law of attraction, I wasn't alone. I was very strategic in making other friends who are more positive minded, friends who understood the power of thoughts and intentions, friends who were trying to make their way in the world by thinking better and by reaching for a higher place. And one friend in particular, I remember I was helping him out in terms of starting his company. And when, I was there from the beginning, we were there for we were handling all the challenges, whatever he was facing. And in the middle of his biggest defeats and his biggest frustrations and his biggest obstacles, I was coming up with methods not only to help myself, but to help him. And one of them in particular was kind of like a thing where I wanted to take, something where it was ridiculous and it would cancel out any kind of negativity that might have been getting anchored into his experience. And you don't have to be ridiculous in this method, but it is one way of doing it. And we'll talk about that in a sec. But first, the name of this method is the remember when and then method. And basically, this is kind of like, something where I think I said at the beginning of the video, you're turning a negative into a positive. And anyone who's read the last law of attraction book you'll ever need to read and knows my discount trigger method knows that I am a huge fan, a huge proponent of taking something that on the surface seems negative and converting it strategically into a positive, because I know that really helps in sending out that strong vibrational signal that instructs the universe to give you what you want. And it's no different with this method. And when I say the remember when and then method, I'm really talking about a formula where you are taking something like a negative experience and you're plugging it into like a sentence structure where it's then followed by a positive statement of intent, a positive declaration, a positive anything else where you're putting yourself in the right direction of what you want. So the way the formula works is remember that time when negative experience, and then positive event declaration. And really is the thing where we did this thing on the fly. We did this situation on the fly. We did this method on the fly. So for example, he was making a lot of cold calls at the time, or just like outreach calls to prospects, to potential clients. And, if he had someone hang up on him or someone scream at him or whatever it might be, it would be a thing like, hey, remember that time when that prospect slammed the phone on you and then the company took off? Or remember that time when you couldn't get a hold of that important person and then another client came through the door with even more money for you and even more opportunity for you? So he's saying, remember that time when the bad thing happened, even though it happened in that moment like 2 seconds ago? And you put that statement of intent. And, I'd mentioned before, you can go ridiculous with this. You can say something like, remember that time when you were having this horrible day for your company, it just wasn't working out, and you never thought you were going to be able to get past it? And then you met the celebrity of your dreams, which has nothing to do with the business, but it's just a positive thing. Remember that time when that person hung up on you and then that other person said yes to that date for you that you've been wanting for like a year now, or whatever it might be. Like, remember that time when, the bills were coming in, but then you won that brand new car. Remember that time when this thing happened and then you won that brand new house. Like, you can go ridiculous. You can go kind of like what you actually want, whatever direction you want. But the reason that I mention that ridiculous as an option is because it gives you the opportunity to actually have fun with this and think of more and more ridiculous things, which kind of breaks up the emotional scar tissue, so to speak, of that negative moment that you're having. It immediately takes you out of that moment, immediately takes you out of the negative emotion, the negative feelings, the negative vibration, and puts you into something a lot more jovial, a lot more fun, just a lot more interesting and vibrant. And that's what you want to do with this. So for us, it kind of became a running joke where something would happen. And, we're in the same room, so we're looking at each other. And one person would say, remember that time when? And then the other person kind of like had a few seconds to like describe what had happened, but then come up with something ridiculous. And, we did make it a competition of like who can come up with a more ridiculous thing, who can come up with a funnier thing, whatever it might be. And the key thing about this is, again, you're putting yourself out of this state of, negativity, and you're putting yourself into positivity, and you're doing it in a fun and efficient way. And because it's fun, it's something that's easy to keep up with. And keeping up with this is key like anything else. You want to always have fun with any method you're doing because that's where you are consistent. That's where you get the momentum. And that's therefore where good things happen way faster, way more easily, which keeps you on track, which keeps your eye on the ball, which keeps you doing these methods, which again leads to more good things, which leads you doing more methods, more good things, sticking with the methods, more good things. And it's an upward spiral of success. And that's what this method is all about. The remember, when, and then method. It's even silly, like, what does that even mean? Well, you see the statement, remember that time when this bad thing happened and then this awesome thing happened? It really is that simple. So this now is your opportunity. Maybe you're having a bad day, or maybe recently you had a bad day, or maybe it actually wasn't a bad day. It was one bad moment in a day that you turned into meaning it's a bad day. But whatever it might be, comment below your remember, when, and then statement. Say something that you did not appreciate and follow it with something that you want, whether it's something that's on the way, something that's ridiculous, something that might be unbelievable, or something that's really more straight line. Like, again, you don't have to be ridiculous with this. Do whatever works for you. Make these methods your own, but comment below right now your thing, because that might inspire other people. And as always, that comment is going to get you entered into this month's contest, where one lucky winner will walk away with lifetime access to Gravity the Cosmos, my advanced level, full immersion guided program for manifesting your every desire through the law of attraction. You can learn more about the program by going to gravitythecosmos.com, where I have a free training on 3 secrets for manifesting your desires faster than you ever thought possible. Or you can actually preview the program, because preview days of the program are a bonus in my book, The Last Law of Attraction Book You'll Ever Need to Read, which again, you can access on Amazon by going to lastlawofattractionbook.com. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this method, and if you did, smash that like button, and more importantly, give it a try. Whether you're trying it in the comments or you're trying it on your own, try this method out. Trust me when I say it's a really fun method. So fun that I'm surprised that it took me this long to introduce it to you on this YouTube channel, and also surprised that this is only the 3rd time that I'm teaching it, because it really is a wonderful, fun, vibrant method. Give it a shot. Thank you so much as always for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you again next time.